Well, I just got back from Rifftrax Live Space Mutiny, and I am happy to report it is just as gloriously bad as when first saw it. Oh, wow. Space Mutiny came out in the 80s and was riffed mercilessly on Mystery Science Theater 3000 in the 90s. And that was actually when I first saw it. So you got to remember, only about 10 years had gone by between the time the movie came out and the time that people were making fun of it. And Space Mutiny is unapologetically 80s. And what I mean by that is like all the women, their costumes are like those leotards that the aerobics women would wear in the 80s. Like all of them, except with gigantic shoulder pads, silver shoulder pads. And just, oh dear God. I mean, sometimes you'll see a movie that has something that is really common to the time period that the movie's made. For example, Hellraiser. Okay, Julia's hair, makeup, and shoulder pads are very, very 80s. And to some extent, Kirsty's dress in the dinner party too. But like everything else is timeless. The plot is timeless, the script is timeless, everything else plays, and so you can watch the movie and you can pretty much kind of like look over the 80s stuff in it. Space Mutiny does not give you this option. It is so bad. Even the guys have shoulder pads. Oh dear God. I mean, this one guy, I shit you not, his shoulder pads stuck out to here. Like, whoosh. All right. But, you know, everybody seems to love Reb Brown. And really, what's not to love about Reb Brown? I mean, now my British friends are probably saying, who the hell is Reb Brown? Okay. Reb Brown was an American football player. And he got it in his head back in the 80s that he wanted to be an actor. And to be fair, I have seen some sports stars who have gone on to acting and they've done reasonably well. They've shown genuine talent and promise. Reb Brown is not one of them. Reb Brown, now mind you, is like 6'4", gigantic muscles, wonderful chest. Oh dear God, that chest. Great hair, baby face, and don't worry, Simon, I'm not leaving you for Reb Brown. But the man would have been a great model, just not an actor. He should never open his mouth and say a line because he can't sell anything. His gimmick is looking dead into the camera and screaming. And I'm not just talking about raising one's voice. I'm talking about "Wah!" And like all of his movies have it. It's the same as like Rambo curling his lip or Austin Powers saying, "Yeah, baby," or the Terminator going, "I'll be back." I mean, it's not a really great line, but it's expected. It makes you happy, and by God, it's glorious. And he definitely delivered that in this movie. The final battle. Now, okay, wait. Let me back up before the final battle. Their costume budget, you know, leotards aside, was actually pretty good. I mean, the costumes were not bad. A lot of the hair wasn't bad. But their special effects budget was clearly nil. Because rather than, now mind you, this takes place in Space Mutiny, rather than create their own spaceship, you know, specifically for this group of people in space, and use that to show their spaceship out in outer space. No. They took footage, leftover footage, from Battlestar Galactica. I'm talking about the actual Galactica ship, the Galactica fighters, and the Cylon fighters. And that was their ship, their fighters, and the bad guys' fighters. I shit you not. It's, oh my God. And now getting back to the final battle, they had these little cars that you can drive around in the spaceship. And it is clearly built on a golf cart body. I mean, clearly built on a golf cart body, onto which has been applied a bumper car shell. So you have this golf cart sized thing with a bumper car on top of it, you know, to give it the shape. And they would always have to wear these helmets that were like motorcycle helmets with the clear visors. And the guys that were riffing the movie, they actually made a good point. That's obviously to keep the space bugs out of your face, because there's so many bugs in space. Why would you do that? That just didn't make any sense. Well, a lot of this movie didn't make any sense. But, all right, so the final battle, Red Brown is driving his little golf cart bumper car thing, and he lets out his war cry, and everybody in the audience, I mean, it really should have been a standing ovation, but he definitely got the bare minimum. We were all like, yes, yes, woo! Because it is so bad. It's one of those so bad it's good moments. I mean, you look forward to Red Brown just screaming, looking straight in the camera. And, oh, dear God. Oh, man. I'm really looking forward to them doing Krull. Because I like Krull. I like it when they make fun of movies that I like. Because I know I see things in movies that I like that maybe are a little questionable or could actually be funny. I mean, for example, if they ever did Hellraiser, I could just see it now. When Butterball's licking his lips, I could hear Mike Nelson in the back of my mind going, ladies. I could see that. That would be the perfect riff on that particular shot. I could see that happening. So I'm kind of hoping that they would do that. But all right. So Space Mutiny was terrible and wonderful, and I had a blast going. And if you ever have a chance to go to a Rifftrax live, I really highly encourage it, because it is so funny. Before the movie, they riffed a short, and the weird thing is this was actually something that was originally written by H.G. Wells. Okay, this little short movie that they played before the actual movie itself and made fun of, was actually a story written by H.G. Wells, but there were just so many things in there that, you know, you kind of watch it today and you kind of raise your eyebrow like, did they actually just do that? And oh my gosh, it was really funny. So if you can get to Rifftrax live, I really strongly encourage it. Space Mutiny has one more showing. It's not live. It's just a rebroadcast. It's going to be on the 19th. So if you haven't gone and you want to, you still have one more opportunity before the run for this particular one is over. And wow, I just had a blast tonight. So love you guys. Bye.